Welcome to Court Explorer episode 3, where we are looking at the law, the interpretation provided by the Narcotics and the Psychotropic Substance Act. We are still on interpretation part. I asked this question: why are we arresting Maduro and yet cocaine can be used, opium can be used to treat people? Have you taken your patient to Nairobi Hospital, to India for treatment, and the doctors prescribe cocaine as a treatment? You are an SDA church member. You are a PCA member. You are a staunch Catholic. You have never tested alcohol all your life. You've never taken a cigarette. Then you go to the hospital, the doctor tells you your treatment is opium. Do you collapse and wake up like Jesus Christ? Because the shock is there that your treatment is going to be opium. You are the archbishop. You are the pope. And you are told that your treatment will be opium. You are a qadi, a serious sheikh, an imam. Then you are told your treatment is going to be opium. Is it true? Or Court Helicopter is making its own stories? Look at it, how it comes in. Medicinal opium means opium which has undergone the processes necessary to adopt it for medicinal use. The law has provided for that opium can undergo a certain medical process, a certain laboratory process, for the sole purpose of turning it from a harmful substance into a medical substance for use. So the law allows opium to be used for medical purposes. We shall be dealing with that as we proceed. So, who can now prescribe that medicinal opium? I think I should now stop practicing law and go and be the doctor to prescribe this. There must be a lot of money there. You can imagine if I open a kiosk at River Road or I open a kiosk at Kenyatta Avenue, then I'm saying, Dr. Omari here prescribing medicinal opium. How much billions will I make? Is everybody allowed to adopt this? And your boyfriend, when you call him and tell him, me, I'm so stressed, can he prescribe you take opium? And your parent prescribe you take opium? Who is allowed by law to prescribe medical opium? Read it. Here it is. A medical practitioner. It means the person who can administer a medical opium as a drug is a person registered under the Medical Practitioners and Dentist Board Act, Cap 253, as a medical practitioner, as a medical doctor. Wacha karubandika kujifanya tu wewe utapeana hiyo dawa. Not a clinical officer, not a nurse, not a mortuary attendant, not a cleaner in a hospital, not a pharmacist. One who is a doctor who has taken an oath called Hippocratic Oath. With the licenses every year, just like as advocates, we have got to get licenses. The license I had last year is expiring on the 30th of January. I have got to get another license to allow me to practice the whole of this year. That is the only person allowed to give that. Remember, we did the Constitution and we discussed about abortion. And the court helicopter told you abortion is not prohibited. The Constitution allows a doctor to prescribe abortion on some requirements. So what we are learning today, opium is not per se prohibited. It is allowed on medical grounds if it will be prescribed as a medical treatment by a qualified medical doctor practitioner. Then we'll talk about this opium that is being turned into a medical facility. What is opium? I don't want to give it my interpretation. They say opium includes raw opium, raw. It can be powdered opium, a powder. You see like a small powder sachet like this. It can be wholly or partially prepared for any use or for any purpose. Whatever the content of opium, whether it is raw, whether it is powder, whether you have made it as juice. Remember, they are biscuits. You go, you get a biscuit. Then you buy a biscuit. Let me tell you, have you ever traveled on a long distance? When there are these guys with the peremendes on the road, they enter into the bus and tell you, peremende, you buy. Have you driven on the road and you have seen some bananas, some oranges, some things being sold into the bar? Have you bought those? Have you taken water being sold on the road? Have you taken a soda being sold on the road? Have you bought a chewing gum on the road? Then you don't wake up. You go because they know within a very short time you're going to sleep. They follow you. My good sister, don't throw stones at me. Have you spiked somebody's drink with mchele? Don't bother, you can't get me because you'll not get me there. Have you been a victim of mchele? Has that mchele been spiked with opium? So that as you are drinking, you are getting intoxicated. You normally take 10 beers. In the first glass of beer, you're blackout. You wake up, your iPhone is not there. Your laptop is not there. Your car keys have gone. Have you gone to those dingy lodgings? Then at night, the lady or the man who you went with gives you a small opium, a small thing, dropped into your soda. You black out. Then they take all your clothes. Those are live examples. Those are what we see them in court. And that is why the country, the world is turning against the drugs. They say, what is opium poppy? We've dealt with opium. But what is opium poppy? A, it means the plant of the species of papaver. This opium poppy is the plant. B, the plant of any other species of papaver, which opium or any of these can be extracted. Any plant of that species, any of it, it's an illegal plant. Then we have the poppy straw. The straws, the poppy straw, means all parts except the seeds of the opium poppy after harvesting, whether in the original form or what. So anything coming from the poppy plant, opium poppy, I said whether it's the roots, whether it's the stem, whether it's the bark, whether it is the leaves, whether it's the branches, whether it's the flowers, whether it's the fruits, are prohibited drugs. But we have also said, if they have been extracted for medicinal purposes, opium is used for medicinal treatment. We have seen cannabis, nowhere have we seen it can be used for medicinal purposes. Nowhere have we seen the narcotics are going to be used for that purpose. We move forward. We talked about precursor chemicals. Now we are dealing with the chemicals. What are precursor chemicals? It means a substance frequently used in the illicit manufacture of narcotics, drugs, or psychotropic substance as specified in the fourth schedule. These are the chemicals that are going to be used for the production of narcotics. The acids, we talked about the acids, we talked about those types of precursors, the materials that are used for the production of narcotics. If you are found with them, you'll go in. Then we have talked about a premise. What is a premise? A premise includes a building, it includes land. Very interesting. People think a premise is only a building. The land, your uncultivated land, is called a premise under this act. Then we have proceeds. Very interesting. Proceeds. Have you been bought a car by your boyfriend and you don't know where it came from? Have you been given a gift on your birthday? Have you been sent something? Are you watching Court Helicopter from an apartment that was bought for you? And you have not asked, where is the source of this money? That might be what is called the proceeds of crime. What does the law talk about proceeds? In relation means property wholly or partly derived or obtained directly or indirectly from the activity of drugs. Under this act, we have what is called asset recovery. In EACC, if you steal money, there is an asset recovery that recovers those. Whatever, you'll go in, and whatever you bought is called proceeds of crime. It will be forfeited to the state. So, any property acquired because of out of drugs, once one is convicted, it will be forfeited to the state. Any vehicle found or vessel transporting drugs shall be confiscated, and if somebody is convicted, it shall be forfeited to the state. Any money in any bank that was obtained by being a proceed of a crime shall be forfeited. As you are going to Langata prison, if you are a woman, and as you are going to Kabiti prison, if you are a man, they will take all those properties. So, is your father, is your mother, is your husband, is your wife involved in drugs? And all the properties that you as a son, you as a daughter, you have 10 title deeds in your name. Then all of a sudden, your father is arrested, taken to JKI, convicted. All these properties, you try to come to Omari to defend that. Omari, these are my properties. I have title deeds. They are proceeds of crime. They will be forfeited. So, be very careful on proceeds of crime. Those who are buying properties in real estate, you have bought property completely And you argue that it's a principle of bona fide purchaser for value. The Supreme Court has ruled that out. You will lose that property if it was a proceed of crime, if it was a proceed of drugs. Did you hear Donald Trump say they will have to get all the properties of Maduro worldwide? This is international law. Many of the drug people think that they can do drugs here, go to buy land go to buy properties in Dubai, go to buy properties in Switzerland. This is international law. Any property acquired by the proceeds of drugs shall be forfeited to the state. That is the law. Then we have what is called the property means movable or removable property. These include any right, interest, title, claim, choice in action, power, privilege, whether present or future, and whether vested or contingent in relation to any property. Whichever mode of ownership, lawyers will tell you, you can hide it in a foundation, you can hide it in a proxy, you can hide it in whichever form, so long as it is the proceed of crime. That property will go. Two, any monetary instrument, whether it's a mortgage, whether it's a charge, any form of monetary instrument. Conveyancing lawyers are very good at that. They'll create several companies, holding company, what. Those properties will be taken if they are found to be there. Any security or any property whatsoever. I have said, whatever the property, iwe ni kuku ilinunuliwa because of drugs, iwe ni meli, iwe ni ndege, iwe ni apartment, iwe ni tuk-tuk, any property acquired from proceeds will be forfeited to the state. Then we have talked about psychotropic substance. What does it mean? It means any substance that is specified in Schedule 2 or anything that contains any substance. We have dealt with that. Then we have trafficking. Very important. Here is where people now, I want you to listen. Trafficking. What does the law define trafficking to be? Means the importation. If you import from outside, that is trafficking. Exportation. Manufacture. Buying, if you buy. If you sell. Giving, if you give somebody a drug, that is trafficking. Supplying, if you supply, that is trafficking. Storing, if you store a drug, it is trafficking. Administering, boss, you know me, I can't go to court without me injecting me. Have you ever been given a syringe to inject somebody? You take it, say, give me 50 shillings. Unadunga mtu. Administering a drug. Administering a drug. Is your husband a drug addict? And it is you who must inject him? Is your child or your parent telling you to inject, to administer a drug? Conveyancing, that's when we say transporting. Delivery, if you are given to deliver, it does not matter whether you know what you are delivering. You are held liable. Distribution by any person or any person who deals with this is called trafficking. The definition is so wide. It still moves on in A. It moves on about all these things, trafficking and all those things. You will be arrested for trafficking. So the totality of the drug sector is called trafficking. Also, are you aware animals also can be treated by Drugs and Psychotropic Act? Yes. Only a veterinary surgeon can do that. Wakili Danstan Omari has brought you the definitions in episode 3. We shall be moving now to the law itself. Keep watching, keep listening as Court Helicopter brings you a 10 episode of the drug law. Slow but very sure. See you in the 4th episode. Wakili Danstan Omari.